Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm doing this short vid, guys. It's more just reading two sections from this book, Doublespeak. I'm going to put it on Alpha 7 Media. I'm so sorry, guys. I wasn't trying to ghost you in any way. You know, us empaths, we have to protect our energy. And I do get a lot of trolling, and sometimes I have to just regroup. And I have more than one channel. And of course, I had to start another channel because I was getting shadow banned. So please bear with me. I appreciate any of those who stuck with me along the way. And my channel is not going anywhere, guys. Okay. So I'll definitely finish this book. I really appreciate the viewership, and I like that you guys are learning from my channel. But it's crazy out there, even on these YouTube streets. So if you guys haven't checked me out, I'm gonna put this on DianaDash too. Um, if you haven't checked me out, I also do have a DianaDash 2.0 that is also me, guys. If you didn't know, but I will upload more on that. That was more of a channel because I was really getting shadow banned hard. A lot of people complain about the algorithms on here, that they do suppress certain information. It's like they wait until they feel like people are ready to receive it. I don't know. Like, oh, this is too much. We're going to have to shelf this one for now, right? It's weird. So, I'm going to read a little bit from the book that I've been sharing because it was like a throwback, guys. I have like a reading time segment, like a throwback to the Reading Rainbow. So cute, right? From PBS. I used to love that show. I am a self-professed bookworm. So this is to my fellow bookworms. And for my Dia Dash viewers, you can go and hop on to Alpha 7 Media. You'll see the flaming sword, of course, it's similar. So that's me. And if I can, I'll when I go back and go back to my desktop, I will link it underneath. So if you like these type of videos, if you want to see my other videos pertaining to this book, I have a playlist dubbed Doublespeak, and maybe I'll pick some other books too. I kind of threw in some videos from Dia Dash on that channel, guys, but I want to make it different. I don't want to have like duplicate stuff. But I'm putting this on both forums just for today, right? So I can let people know on my Dia Dash forum that if you like these types, you can go to Alpha 7 Media. And this is a little something for my Alpha 7 tribe because there's people who are really into this book, and I did promise. And as you know, promises currency, right? I do like keeping my word, right? So we're going to get into it. So this section here, all right, if you didn't know, this book by William Lutz. Great book. In case you don't have it, maybe you can find the PDF. That's fine too. But I did promise people I would read it. I'm sorry it's in a lot of segments, but this could be like hours and hours. I don't mean to put always my commentary. It's just because I took a little hiatus. So I was just explaining what was up, what was going on with that. But I'm gonna flip my camera over. I'm gonna flip it over, guys. All right, so let's look, because I know you guys like to see the page. So I'm gonna have the camera over it while I read from it, and hopefully you can see me. The accounting practices of insurance companies are a great and wondrous mystery. In in few lines of business, it is possible to make lots of money while losing money at the same time. When it comes to understanding insurance accounting, by comparison, understanding Einstein's theory of general relativity, translating Etruscan texts, or deciphering the Mayan alphabet is child's play. In the early 1980s, property and casualty insurance companies claimed they were losing money. Lots and lots of money. These are the insurance companies that cover damage to or theft of your property, or protect you in case you damage someone else's. Medical malpractice rates, casualty insurance suddenly went up so much that some doctors gave up practicing medicine. Daycare centers, small towns, and small businesses couldn't afford the rates for liability insurance anymore. This was all because the insurance companies said they were losing so much money. In fact, the property and casualty insurance industry claimed that in 1985, the industry as a whole lost 5.6 billion. The big rate increases, the industry claimed, were not only justified but absolutely necessary if the industry were to survive. So, after losing money for years, the property and casualty insurance companies started making money again in 1986. But how much money the companies had been losing and how much money they were making depended on how you figured profits. You'd think that something like profits should be easy enough to figure out. Profits are what's left after all the bills have been paid, unless you run an insurance company. Insurance companies don't talk about profits. They like to talk about operating income, an amount that includes all the income from insurance premiums, plus interest and dividends earned on investments. From this amount, the insurance company subtracts all claims that are paid, plus general expenses, taxes, and dividends paid to the stockholders. According to this method of determining profits, the property and casualty insurance industry as a whole has an operating profit of 4.5 billion in 1986, a welcome improvement over the operating loss of 5.6 billion the industry suffered in 1985. But you need to remember that you are dealing with accounting when it comes to determining profits. And what you think is plain and simple is never the case with accounting. And especially with accounting, oops, let me fix my little area. Sorry, guys. Sorry, where are we? Here we go. Right here. Hold on. And what you think is plain and simple is never the case with accounting, and especially with accounting in the insurance business. If insurance companies were to use another method of accounting for determining, for determining their profits, they would be an entirely different picture of their profitability. That was right here. Oh, I'm shaking. I don't mean to. Net income, or that famous bottom line we hear so much about these days, is the final product or profit of or loss figure carried on a company's books and on its report to stockholders. Net income for an insurance company is determined by taking the operating profit after federal taxes and adding realized capital gain. For example, if an insurance company bought stock at $10 per share and the stock is now worth $20 per share, the company has a capital gain of $10 per share. However, this gain is a realized gain only when the insurance company sells the stock and actually pockets the profit it makes on the sale of the stock. Until the company sells the stock, the gain is unrealized because the company has only the stock and not the money. Since the value of a stock goes up and down regularly, insurance companies don't count their profits from stocks because they don't know how much profit, if any, they make from the stock until they sell it. Now, if you add in realized capital gains to get the net income for the property and casualty insurance industry in 1986, you get a profit not of 4.5 billion but 11.5 billion if you use the net income method for figuring profits. You discover that instead of losing 5.6 billion in 1985, the property and casualty insurance industry made 1.9 billion. See what the doublespeak of accounting can do? It turns profits into losses and losses into profits. The doublespeak of accounting is some of the most powerful and influential, not to mention profitable doublespeak there is. That's so true. Maybe I can quickly go into the doublespeak of depreciation. The Economic Recovery Act of 1982 provided all kinds of tax breaks for companies that invested in certain kinds of new plants and equipment. One goal of the act was to encourage business investment in order to increase productivity and stimulate the economy, which was in a deep recession at the time. Then the accountants got their hands on the act and went to work in their own creative way when they figured the tax bills for their clients. In 1982, the Internal Revenue Service, that bastion of clarity and language, charging the accounting firm of Ernst and Whimney with intentionally using false, misleading, and deceptive terms of engaging in a word game, a verbal sleight of hand. According to the suit filed by the IRS against the firm in civil court, the following are some of the terms they had used to improperly qualify property for investment tax credits on portions of new buildings. A fire alarm was called a combustion enunciator. Doors were called movable partitions. A manhole became an equipment access. Windows were decorative fixtures. A wood covered wall was a cedar decoration. And toilet stalls were called movable partitions. Privacy, which was a phrase also used for a continuously locked door. But the accountants at Ernst and Whimney really, that is crazy, guys, right? Really did themselves when a paved road was called a truck access way. 50-foot high shopping center signs became, sorry guys, sorry. 50-foot high shopping center signs became identifying devices. An entire refrigerator warehouse was termed a freezer, and 32 tons of gravel and 92 cubic yards of topsoil were called a planter. Wouldn't you really like to see the window? I mean, decorative fixture. Sorry, guys, did you not see that? I was supposed to have it right here. On which that planter was hung. I was reading right here. So you can see the terms. I know, I've been holding this thing a little too long. Sorry. It's really hard to get it over and then you're reading from the book, but that's okay. That way I can make this video more original so they don't get me with the copyright nonsense. And this is for fair use and education, just letting it be known. In the court papers, Ernst and Whimney filed an answer to the charges by the IRS. The accounting firm said that the vocabulary is used to put the client's best foot forward. Otherwise, the IRS may pick a carelessly chosen word or phrase as support for denying the tax credit claim. Federal Judge Robert H. Hall dismissed the suit, saying that the issue should be resolved on an administrative basis within the IRS rather through the courts. That's why we talk about the administrative process. Think about that for a minute. The IRS producer of so many unreadable forms, pamphlets, and regulations was told to guide an accounting firm in formulating clear language. I know that was a little choppy, guys. I'm sorry. I hope you learned something from that, because you learn a lot about law stuff. And my phone's acting a little trippy. We'll go into investment doublespeak as the world burns, right, guys? I mean, really, every day it's something new. There's so much out there, but we're still on our course, guys. I didn't forget about this book. I'm so sorry, Alpha 7. I didn't forget you guys. Please refer to my Doublespeak playlist. I will add this to it, and I'll continue to read from this book and solely upload it to Alpha 7. But if you like other type of content, I go into other topics. I use the screen recorder on my other channel, DianaDash. I go into history, a little bit of biblical stuff. I go into holistic remedies. You name it, I go into it. But on this channel, I know you guys were really digging this book. I didn't forget you. And also, I'll put other content too. But I definitely wanted to keep my word and not do any of my own doublespeak. Dun dun dun. We're all at risk, guys. So make sure you keep your word and be mindful of what you say. And this book is really great. Hopefully, this is really good free education for you all. If you like this type of broadcast, you support this type of independent nonprofit work, you can give me a little love token on DianaDash is my cash tag on um, Cashapp and on PayPal. So I have DianaDash on PayPal. I'll put the link below if you can. I don't have one under Alpha 7. It's just, it would be too much having all these different ones. So DianaDash is kind of like my, cyber name. And then I have my other forums too. So if you want to show a little love, I always support those who need it the most. So thank you so much, guys, with love and appreciation. I hope you have a great day.